Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live Storytime. My name is Miss Mary, and I am looking forward to sharing some stories with you today. As always, I am going to just give a couple of minutes for people to arrive. And hold on one second while I cross-post this. Okay, so again, welcome to Live Storytime, and I am excited for you to be tuning in today. I have some great stories to share, and a pretty cool announcement. So I see one person has arrived. As always, please say hello in the chat, and I will be sure to give you a shout out. I also wanted to share a fun little story while we're waiting for people to arrive. I got to meet two Storytime fans today at the library. Two little girls named Amelia and Rose, who you may remember I give a little shout out to each week. They came into the library today with their mommy, and oh my gosh, they are so sweet. And I was just so excited to meet them. So hello to Amelia and Rose, and to everyone tuning in. Again, as always, please say hello in the chat, and I'll give you a shout out. So I have stories today that are about cookies, because Miss Mary loves cookies. And I also have one story in there that I snuck in that's about New Year's Day. I couldn't find enough stories that I really liked to make it all about New Year's, and I found a book about cookies and thought, that's what I want to read about today. Let's end with some cookies. So I'm going to get started, and I'll keep checking the chat to see if anybody comments, and we'll get started. Okay, so my first story of the day is a story that I've loved for years. I started reading it as a children's librarian, oh my gosh, back when I first started here. It's an oldie but a goodie, and it's called The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. New books are so great, and I just love the new books that have been coming out lately, but man, sometimes you just can't beat a nostalgia-filled old book. So this is The Doorbell Rang. Here we go. I've made some cookies for tea, said Ma. Good, said Victoria and Sam. We're starving. Share them between yourselves, said Ma. I made plenty. Okay. That's 6 cookies each, said Sam and Victoria. They look as good as Grandma's, said Victoria. They smell as good as Grandma's, said Sam. No one makes cookies like Grandma, says Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Now, I can't hear you, but every time I say the doorbell rang, can you ding dong with me? It was Tom and Hannah from next door. Come on in, said Ma. You can share our cookies. That's 3 cookies each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Tom. And they look as good, said Hannah. But no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. It was Peter and his little brother. Come on in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's 2 cookies each, said Victoria and Sam. Oh boy, they look as good as your grandma's, said Peter. And they smell as good too. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong! It was Joy and Simon with their 4 cousins. Come on in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. Not a lot of cookies left to share, but let's see what happens. That's 1 cookie each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Joy. And look as good, said Simon. But no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. And rang. Ding dong! What are they going to do? They don't have any cookies left. Oh dear, said Ma, as the children stared at the cookies on their plates. Perhaps you'd better eat them before we open the door. We'll wait, said Sam. Oh boy, wonder who it is. It was Grandma with an enormous tray of cookies. Oh, how nice to have so many friends to share them with, said Grandma. It's a good thing I made a lot. Oh, and she did. Look at how many cookies she has on her tray. And no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Now they don't have to worry anymore because they have plenty of cookies. So, that is the story of The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. Again, one of Miss Mary's classic favorites. And I see that more people have shown up in the live. So please say hello in the chat and I will give you a shout out. Today I am reading stories about cookies and one story about New Year's. Okay. Now, this one I have read, I think I read it at one of my very, very early story times back in the spring. Probably around April-ish. So I feel like it's okay to repeat this one. I don't usually repeat stories, but hi Amy, hi Brian, glad to see you. I don't usually repeat stories, but I love this one too, and I figured, it's pretty far enough back that it's okay to reread this one. This is called The Cow Loves Cookies by Karma Wilson. Okay. Whenever Farmer feeds the horse, he feeds the horsey hay, of course. The horse just loves to nibble hay. He eats it every single day. There we go. Okay. But the cow loves cookies. Farmer knows what chickens need. He always gives them chicken feed. They scratch and cluck and peck all day. They love their feed. The horse loves hay. But the cow loves cookies. The farmer feeds the geese each morn. He always gives them sweet cracked corn. They honk for joy and flap their wings. They love the corn that farmer brings. Hay for horses, yes indeed. Give those chicken feed. Corn for geese, they love it so. But when it comes to cows, we know that the cow loves cookies. When farmer feeds the hogs their slop, they love to eat that gooey glop. They oink and snort, they grunt with glee. They eat like pigs, it seems to me. Of course we know the horse loves hay and chickens love their feed each day. Geese love corn, as all geese should. The pigs think slop is mighty good. But cow would never eat that stuff. You couldn't pay the cow enough because the cow loves cookies. Farmer's dog just loves to eat when Farmer gives him doggy treats. He gulps and gobbles with delight. He savors every meaty bite. Hay is what the horsey needs. The chickens all eat chicken feed. The geese munch corn, it tastes so fine. The hogs think slop is just divine. The dog adores his doggy treats, but cow would rather eat things sweet. So, why does the cow love cookies? She and Farmer made a deal, and every day they share a meal. Farmer packs a picnic lunch, and when the two sit down to munch, he takes cookies from a tin, and cow gives milk to dunk them in. Yum, says Farmer. Cow says moo. Cow is happy, Farmer too. They both love milk and cookies. But the duck loves quackers. Get it? Quackers instead of crackers? Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a little announcement at the end of story time. It's a pretty cool announcement, I think. And I just wanted to welcome you all again today to my last story time of 2020. Definitely not my last story time, but my last story time of this year. And I'll have more to say about that towards the end. So, should I keep going? Again, if you are here, please say hello in the chat and I will give you a quick shout out. Also, really quick before I begin again, I never wear my mask for story time because I'm alone in this room and the door is closed, so Miss Mary is safe in here. But I thought my mask was so pretty today that I kind of just wanted to show it off a bit. Everybody has been complimenting it, so I'm just going to put it on really quick before I read my next story. So, you can tell it's sparkly and it has snowflakes on it. Miss Mary's favorite season is winter, so when I saw this, I knew I needed to get one. So I just wanted to show you really quick my mask. And I think having pretty ones like this that are sparkly and fun make wearing it that much better. You know, I don't mind wearing it. I want to do my best to help keep people safe. And so I just get a bunch of pretty ones and, you know, it's fun to see what other people are coming in wearing too. So I just wanted to show you my pretty snowflake mask. I just really like it. It's good. I'm not doing anything for New Year's. Just gonna watch the ball drop at home. But I thought it was like sparkly and fun for the new year. Okay, let's read our next book. This one I just found this week, and I really liked the message behind it, and I hope you do too. This is called Who Put the Cookies in the Cookie Jar by George Shannon. One hand in the cookie jar takes a cookie out. How many hands put the cookie in is what the world's about. Hands that mix and stir the dough, Spoon the clumps into a row. Hands that make the cookie sheet. Oven mitts against the heat. Hands that feed and milk the cow. Churn the butter, guide the plow. Hands that tend and, whoops, I skipped a page, sorry. Hands that sow and grind the wheat into flour for us to eat. Hands that tend and feed the hens, gather eggs, build the pens. Hands that harvest sugarcane, cut and grind, load the train. Hands that load the trucks and drive. Stock the shelves when things arrive. Hands that clothe and feed them all, heal and teach, large and small. Hands that help, the hands that help are what the world's about. Many put the cookies in, so one can take it out. So everyone can enjoy cookies. So one hand goes into the cookie jar, but a lot of hands go into making those cookies. So I just thought that was a nice way to think about how we're all connected in the world. Something as simple as eating a cookie, it took a lot of people to get those ingredients for those cookies. So just a fun little story to share. And let's see. Okay. This book is going to be a little bit longer, but should be fine. We've read longer books before. This is called Gingerbread Friends by Jan Brett. Jan Brett is a classic author. You may remember The Mitten, which is a fun Ukrainian folktale. And I love that one especially because I'm Ukrainian. And she's also written, oh my gosh, so many wonderful books. But Gingerbread Friends, I thought was a fun read for today. Okay. And especially since I know a lot of you probably made gingerbread houses this season. The sassy gingerbread baby lived in a scrumptious gingerbread house in the bedroom of a boy named Maddie. He was happy with the toys and treats that Maddie made for him. But still, something was missing. One day, he watched Maddie go off with his friends to ski and to skate, and he knew what it was. I'm the gingerbread baby, happy as can be. Until Maddie goes out, then it's lonely here for me. I want a friend of my own, the gingerbread baby thought. The next morning, Maddie stayed home, but he was too busy in the kitchen to play. So the gingerbread baby slipped out and headed for the village to look for a friend. The gingerbread baby walked along the lane. He came to a bakery and saw a man and a woman just his size in the window. Maybe they would like to be my friends, he thought. Inside, the gingerbread baby popped up in front of them and sang, I'm the gingerbread baby, peppy as can be. I'll be friends with you if you'll be friends with me. But the man and the woman just stared straight ahead like statues, eyes wide open. The gingerbread baby saw a sugar cookie girl nearby. He cartwheeled across the marshmallow snow, singing, I'm the gingerbread baby, gallant as can be. I'll be friends with you if you'll be friends with me. But she didn't look at him, and she didn't say a word. Next, the gingerbread baby spotted 7 white swans swimming on a sugar frosting sea. He leaped toward them and called out in excitement, "I'm the gingerbread baby, clever as can be. I'll be friends with you, if you'll be friends with me." But the elegant swans didn't even honk a hello. They stayed exactly as they were, stiff and still. He's having some trouble finding some friends, huh? The gingerbread baby turned and gazed up at a cake as tall as a mountain, with icy ledges and a man and a woman dancing on the top, petticoats and coattails flying. "I'm the gingerbread baby, plucky as can be. I'll be friends with you if you'll be friends with me." But when he reached the top, he saw that they weren't dancing at all. They were still as stone. The gingerbread baby was about to give up when he saw a door just his size. Okay, I'll go in there and think about what to do next, he thought. He slid down the cake and ran inside. Okay, see the tiny little hole? Where he fell sound asleep. Scritchy scratchy, the gingerbread baby woke up and found himself face to face with a real live mama mouse nibbling on his marshmallow pom-pom. "Oh no," he thought, "home is the place for me." Uh-oh, the mouse is eating him. And he ran out of the bakery with the mouse, the cat, and the baker and his wife not far behind him. Oh my goodness. As the gingerbread baby raced home on his rooster, the unfriendly creatures chasing him were joined by a red fox, who almost caught the gingerbread baby as he flew over the fence and ran into Maddie's house just in time. Tired and sad, the gingerbread baby started to cry. "I'm the gingerbread baby, lonely as can be. Nobody wants to be my friend as far as I can see." But then he heard some singing, and a trail of cupcakes caught his eye. He climbed the stairs, and you'll never guess what he found. Okay, so this page might be a little challenging for me to get on the screen entirely. I'll do my best. Wow. "We're gingerbread friends, playful as can be. We'll be friends with you if you'll be friends with me. And me. And me." Wow. Okay. Whee! So he found friends after all. Okay. Thank you again so much for joining me today for story time. I have one story left to read today. I was reading stories about cookies today, and I wanted to end with a story about New Year's, and because that's coming up very soon. And this will be my last story of the day. And after this, I have a quick little announcement, something cool that I figured out last week. And can't wait to share it with you. But first, we'll read "The Stars Will Still Shine" by Cynthia Ryland. This new year, the sky will still be there. The stars will still shine. Birds will fly over us. Church bells will chime. Cows will have calves. Kittens will sleep. Flowers will bloom, a promise they keep. We shall have peaches. We shall have pie. We shall have ice cream 3 scoops high. Homes will be cozy. Homes will be warm. We'll curl up together when rain makes a storm. Or snow, right? And this new year, love will be strong, growing and growing all the days long. There will be goodness, there will be grace, there will be light in every dark place. The sky will still be there, the stars will still shine. Birds will fly over us. Church bells will chime. And that is a sweet little Happy New Year story. It's a reminder that, this year has been a challenge for sure for a lot of people, and next year will be challenging too. But always a reminder of the things that will stay. Love will stay, hope, and our warm homes and our families and the ability to be with each other, that won't go away. So I just think that's beautiful. The stars will still shine. The moon will still be out. All of those things. The sun comes up every day, even if it's cloudy and we can't see it. So I think that's just a great reminder when things get sad or tough. So my announcement for today was I figured it out last week and I counted back and I started doing live story times on March 27th. It was a Friday and it was less than 2 weeks after the library closed. So this today is my 35th live story time. 35 live story times this year. And there were a couple of times that I wasn't available to do story times. Once back in April, once over the summer, once in November. There were 5 weeks total that I couldn't do a live story time. But for 3 of those weeks, I had a video that posted in place of my live story time. So I've had 35 live story times and 3 videos to post on the weeks that I didn't have a story time. So that's 38 weeks of story times this year. And I just wanted to share again that it is truly my favorite part of the week to share stories with you. And even though this is the last story time of 2020, I will be back next week and next year with more stories to share. And I will keep this going as long as we need it. I've been so happy to be able to share these stories with you and to just chat with you for the past 35 plus weeks. And I really think we've carved out something special with these story times. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening each week. I'm doing it for you, and it's fun for me as well. So I wish all of you a very, very happy, healthy beginning to 2021. Happy New Year. I will see you next Wednesday with more stories at my first story time of the year, but my 36th live story time. It has been an honor to share stories with all of you, and I, again, wish you all the best for a very happy new year. Let's hope that 2021 is better than this one was. All right, with all of my love, Happy New Year, everyone. Be well, and I'll see you next week.